I know you've been wondering where I've been, but I've been sick. I tested positive for COVID. I was just like, oh no, oh no. Now that I'm back,
I'm alive, that's how the fuck I'm doing.
hey everyone, I'm Katlava and welcome back to my channel. Hello, hello, hello. I know you've been wondering where I've been, but I've been sick. I tested positive for COVID and I've been recovering and all that kind of stuff. So today I just want to tell you how I found out that I have COVID and how I managed to recover well. Yeah. But before we get into today's little story time, I want to remind you to please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. If you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and do so, and make sure your notifications are turned on, because now that I'm back, y'all are going to be getting lots of videos, okay? Okay, let's get back into it. So, let's start with how I found out that I have COVID. Okay? On the 10th of June, my boyfriend came back. I'm gonna give you guys dates so you guys know how long this process was for me. But yeah, on the 10th of June, which was a Friday, my boyfriend went to work for a meeting that he had to attend, and when he came back, I could see that he wasn't really feeling well. So but I didn't really think nothing of it, because honestly we don't go anywhere. So yeah, we just kind of assumed that he had a little cold that he picked up from the office, and at the time nobody had tested positive where he works, so we just didn't assume that he had COVID. Then that Sunday I woke up feeling sick. I had more like flu symptoms because I wasn't coughing, my chest wasn't tight, it was just my body feeling very lethargic and tired, and also a runny nose. I just assumed that he gave me his little flu. So yeah, we continued isolating. So already from like June the 10th we had been isolating, right? And the next week came, which was the 14th of June, which was a Monday, and obviously because we still weren't feeling well, we decided that oh well, not we decided, but he decided that he wasn't going to go into the office. He was just going to stay and work from home. Then I'm just looking at my calendar, okay? Then on was it Thursday? Yes, I think it was Thursday, the 17th of June. My boyfriend got a call and they told him that a whole bunch of people at the office have tested positive in the past couple of days, right? So they were advising him to go test. So immediately, because we had also been feeling sick, we just thought, oh my gosh, this is it, let's rush to the hospital to test. We went to our nearest hospital. It was insane, guys. The line was so long. We were literally waiting in our cars, but like literally the whole parking lot was full. Both of the parking lots that we saw were full. You couldn't even get into the hospital itself, I'm pretty sure, because they're just really like thinking, COVID hospital. Eh? Hello? Yes? Baby. Let me see. I'm sorry about that. If you guys go ahead and watch my vlogs, y'all will see what all of that is about. But anyway, let's continue with tea time. So we went to go test and it was so full. I literally put on my Instagram stories that we are in the third wave, guys. The hospital was crazy. It was so crazy and so full that we decided that only he must test so he can report it back to work, and I will come back on Friday morning to test. Cool. He tested. It came out positive. Shocker. It came out positive, and yeah, we drove back to our apartment, and obviously the doctor prescribed what he prescribed for Nuku, and from Thursday officially it was like our day 1 of day 10. Then I put on my Instagram stories that he had tested positive, but I am gonna go test tomorrow just to make sure. And a lot of people are telling me, don't test because probably have it and honestly, I kind of knew that I have it because I mean we live together. We've been sharing things for the past couple of days. Literally before we went to the hospital for him to test, I had a sip of water and he picked up my glass and he also had a sip of water. So I was just like, oh no, oh no, oh no, 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 no. Anyway, Friday morning comes, my appointment was for 9 a.m. What is it? It's the 18th of June. Cool. It's the 18th of June. I go to the hospital at 9 a.m. in the morning to get tested. It's so full. Again, I end up only being tested at 12. Yo, my testing experience was so bad. Yo, it was so bad, so traumas. Like, I cried. I literally cried. So when the doctor was testing me, he put the swab in my nose, and then he put the swab in my one nostril, and then he put it in my other nostril, and I think he counted for 10 seconds or something like that. It was very uncomfortable, but not like, oh my god, I'm gonna die, right? And then immediately when he took out the swab and I was sitting there waiting for the test results, my nose started bleeding. It started bleeding, and I think it was from my right nostril, if I'm not mistaken. It was bleeding. Oh my gosh, I was like, what is that? What is that? Am I dying? Did this man poke my brain? What is going on? But yeah, eventually maybe like 30 minutes later, it stopped bleeding, but I was still very like traumatized by that incident. I was very traumatized. Anyway, the test came back positive, and he asked me what are my symptoms. At the time I thought I was just being anxious and paranoid because the whole week I had no symptoms. I had no COVID related symptoms like the tight chest and the cough and the whatever. But literally the minute Nico tested positive, my chest was like, let me hold you down. Yo, I tell the doctor that I haven't been eating because honestly I haven't had an appetite. I hadn't had an appetite since maybe Monday, so I was quite weak. I was quite like shaky and stuff like that. And what else? I think I was nauseous. Yes, I was nauseous at the time, and I had like a slight fever. It wasn't bad. It wasn't a bad fever, but it definitely like came at night when I was sleeping, like, you know, night chills. I had those. And what else? I think there was something else that I'm missing. Okay. Anyway, those are my symptoms at the time. Nausea, no appetite, I was having night chills, and my body was achy. But in terms of, and I had a stuffy nose. But in terms of like the cough, I didn't have the cough. I did feel like my chest was getting tighter, but I felt like it was in my brain because Nuka had just tested positive, and you know, like my anxiety went through the roof. But after I had like my consultation with the doctor, after I tested positive, he told me that like my oxygen was under 90. And this is the time when my nose is bleeding that time, you know. It's like, you know, your test is positive, and we're going to prescribe you this and this for your symptoms. But I also want you to watch out for your oxygen levels, because right now they're kind of low. And if you struggle further breathing, like if you struggle more breathing, then you should definitely come into the hospital. And I was like, okay, thank you. I got into the car, I waited for my medicine. It took the nurses maybe like 30 minutes to bring my medicine to my car, and then Nuku drove me home. Y'all, when I say I cried on the way home. I was like, oh my word, I'm dying. I was thinking, oh my god, like this is it. Like my chest is getting tighter. It wasn't in my head. You know, my oxygen is low. I haven't been eating, so how am I gonna take all these meds? Oh my god, it was terrible. Day one for me, I think, was one of the most difficult days, because at the same time you're like, I don't feel well, you know, I feel really, really sick. But another thing that you're also worried about is like, yo, I've lost this person and this person and this person to this disease, and you know, what if it's me? So like my anxiety at the time was just really, really ridiculously high, and yeah, it was just bad. Luckily, I live with my boyfriend and he was really able to console me and stuff like that. But yeah, day one was not a good day. That night when I tested positive, obviously I went home and I started with my medication, and immediately when I started with my medication, I shit you not, I got diarrhea. Like, it was terrible. And it was really, really terrible because I'm not able to eat because I'm nauseous and I don't have an appetite. And now all these antibiotics are making me shit all the food, all the little food that I'm able to, you know, take in. And oh my gosh, it was terrible. Okay. Whew. It was, day one was terrible, guys. And I say that like I was running to the bathroom every single like 3-4 hours. Like I had really bad diarrhea. And because I was so nauseous, I couldn't take anything in, so I was just getting weaker and weaker and weaker. And I was just getting so paranoid because like I'm like thinking in my head like my body needs to be strong so it can fight this virus, right? And I can't even handle the medicine on day one. I was worried, chat. I was like, oh my god, girl, this is it. But yeah, after day one, it was just a game of making sure that I eat, making sure that I get some air outside, making sure that like I keep my anxiety really low so I don't panic and like overthink and all that kind of stuff. Trying to make sure that like I get my steps in, you know, trying to make sure that like I said, I'm well fed for the medication, because another thing about like antibiotics and all the medication that you take when you have COVID is that it's so hard hitting, guys. It's so hard hitting. Like on day one, I was literally out of it. I don't remember anything. Well, I remember some stuff obviously in the morning when I went to go test and stuff, but that night, oh my gosh, I fly with the birds in the sky. Hey, and also making sure that we finish our medication. And yeah, and that's how I found out that I have COVID. So basically you can just say that my boyfriend gave it to me and he got it from work. Now let's talk about my symptoms. So like I said, I didn't have the normal COVID symptoms until I tested positive, which was around maybe 1 week since I was exposed to the virus. So I guess it kind of had like an incubation period with me, and I'm really glad that the minute when I felt like I don't feel good, I literally just stayed at home, because can you imagine how many people I could have passed it to? Then I tested positive on day 7. Around day 8 and 9, since I had been exposed to the virus, that's when like my chest started getting tighter and like I started getting the COVID feeling, okay? Like literally you feel so tired. Like I remember posting on my Instagram stories telling people that my recovery went for the days that I was able to wash my face, because guys, it was so hard. Like, so I'm there 30 seconds in, 40 seconds, and I'm like, my chest can't take it anymore, I'm tired, I need to sit down, I need to take a break. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. You're telling me I need to take a break, I need to take a breather in between washing my face? Are you serious? That's an I knew that. Mo. But yeah, it was really hard on my lungs. It was really hard on my chest. My chest felt really heavy for about like a week. The only thing that really helped the heaviness of my chest was steaming. I steamed twice a day since the day I found out that I tested positive. I steamed with Vicks and eucalyptus oil and also linganga. I'd put it in a bucket, pour hot water, steam twice a day, first thing in the morning and before I sleep at night. Another thing that I feel really helped me in my COVID recovery journey and to overcome like all the tiredness, like you feel so tired, was actually moving around. I really tried my best to move my body first thing in the morning. I'd go outside, take a couple steps, you know, dance around a little bit, and although like I'd really be breathing heavy, I really tried to move around a little bit, like, you know, to help my body not feel so sick, because I really felt sick. I felt like I need to sleep all the time. And during that time when I was feeling the symptoms of the tight chest and not being able to breathe, I was also experiencing diarrhea, but luckily I had some probiotics, and that's really what helped me to get rid of that symptom. I really think I was very genuinely lucky, because my symptoms were extremely mild, were very mild. Even as tired and as tight as my chest felt, I knew that I was experiencing really mild symptoms, because other people would DM me on social media about how they're feeling, and I'd also read other people's journeys on social media about how they're recovering, and I just knew that, you know, I'd like I will say that I was very lucky, and I'm very thankful. I'm especially thankful to my family and also Nuka's family, because they really held us down during like our 14 days. Like I said, from the day I tested positive, Nuka's mom came at night and she brought us some stuff. The next day, I think my aunt brought us lunch. Then the next day after that, it was Nuka's mom again, then my aunt, then my mom came, then Nuka's sister came, and then I think it was my aunt again. My aunt lives very close to us. She lives like literally 5-minute drive away, very close, so that's why she was able to come and bring food. She usually bring us like dinner and lunch, so we wouldn't have to worry about having to cook for ourselves and stuff like that. The same with Nuka's mom. Dinner, a whole bunch of vitamins, a whole bunch of teas. Yeah, it was really amazing, and I'm really thankful. Especially my parents actually every morning, every night video called me to see how I was doing. My dad and I would pray in the mornings together, and yeah, it really strengthened me. Like the support of my family during this time really strengthened me and really made me feel like, you know what, like I can really do this. I can get up and get better, and I'm so thankful that I feel so much better. And so this was basically my daily routine when I was on my 14 days. Usually I'd wake up at around 7 a.m. because I'd fall asleep so early that by 6, 7 I'm up. I would go outside, have a banana, call my dad or call my mom or any family member, talk to them, and then go back inside the house, steam, and then I would make oats, or I would make a smoothie, or Nuku would make a smoothie, or you know, whatever. We'd have breakfast, drink our medication, sit on the couch, watch TV all day. And then in the middle of the day, we'll go outside, try to get some air, come back, have our lunch, drink our medication, sit on the couch some more. Usually around lunchtime is when Nuku would take his like heavy medication. I'll save it for at night because I just wanted to get through the night without any problems. Nuku would have it during the day. Around lunchtime, then he passes out. So he would be out like a light, like he would sleep through the day. And then dinner time, we'd have our dinner, and then I'd wait like an hour or two, then I'd have my meds, and then I'd pass out. Day 2. Rinse, repeat, and gradually I just started feeling stronger and better, and I would add more into my routine. Like I would add washing my face, washing my body, you know, a light workout here and there, a light little yoga breathing session here and there, you know, but it was basically my recovery routine, and that was basically how my recovery journey went. It's now been maybe 4 weeks, 3 to 4 weeks that we tested positive, and we are doing so much better. Nuku's back at work, as you can see. I'm back at work. Yeah, man, it's been good. I'm happy to be back. Now let's talk about medication, okay? I saved this for the very last bit because when it comes to medication, I feel like I got so much unsolicited advice immediately when I posted about me having COVID or my boyfriend having COVID, about which medication I should be taking, which medication I shouldn't be taking. And the truth is, I literally did not have some of the symptoms that the medication people were telling me to take, you know, and that's exactly why I went to test so I could be prescribed what I need. And this virus affects all of us differently. Even when it comes to me and my boyfriend, he had way different medication than I have. I had way less. So when it comes to medication, really, I will leave a list of what I was prescribed in the description, but I really want to emphasize that if you don't feel healthy, please go and test so you can get the prescription that you need, because you know how it affects me may not be how it affects you. But if your symptoms are similar to what I have described in this video, do check out my description box. I will list the symptom and the medication that I took for that specific symptom, so please do go ahead and check that. But yeah, this is the end of the video. This brings us to the end. That is my COVID story. That is my COVID recovery journey, and those are my tips, my COVID recovery tips. It's hard for me to prescribe anything other than trying to stay positive, doing breathing exercises, because I know that the way it affected me is not going to be the way it affects you. But if the symptoms that I described in this video do apply to you, then you can go ahead and check my description. I will put the symptom and the medication they prescribe for that specific symptom in my description box. I don't know if you can get that medication without a prescription from the doctor, because I got it at the hospital. So please do go ahead and test. Other than that, guys, stay at home, stay safe. It's very important to isolate. It's very important to social distance. We are in the third wave. So yeah, that brings us to the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. I hope it's helpful. I'm so happy to be back. This is the first time in 3 weeks that I put makeup on my face, and I feel so beautiful. I feel so good. I'm back, so do make sure that you turn on those notifications so you don't miss any of my next upload. And please don't forget to like and share this video. Don't forget to leave me a nice little comment in the comment section, even if it's just a little hello. I've missed you guys so much, and I hope you guys have missed me. I really hope that you're happy to have me back, because I'm happy to be back. So until the next video, I'm gonna see you when I see you. Bye.